All right, recording. So, I'd like to make a formal introduction to this video and what it's going to be about. I'm actually making the first part of the video, and the second part of the video is already made. What happened was I had a Kodak camera, and ironically, every time I wanted to post a very juicy, interesting video, those clips on that Kodak camera always will get deleted, or something will happen, and it won't even be connected to no internet, or it's just a camera. So this video will be about the end times, what you call American end times. I would like to make a video about that. And here we are looking at what you see as Colville. This is an Indian reservation. Colville, these are many different tribes of Native Americans, 12 of them that were persecuted here. And from the eastern side of the U.S., they came here from the Appalachian area by foot, their ancestors. And they called that walk that they did here the Trail of Tears, because many, many died. And driving here, because I was driving from that area across the U.S. too, but I actually had the luxury of a blue minivan. Yeah, so thank goodness for that. But their ancestors did not, and they were persecuted. They settled in many different tribes throughout the area, but then this reservation here is a set of 12 tribes. And now they've all united, apparently. But given the conditions, I actually drove through. Their living conditions are hard. They don't live like their ancestors no more. And I think it's all by design. I think it will be very helpful if they did, though, because they need to learn from how they used to live. I think I would like to learn more about how my ancestors used to live, too. So there you have it. This video will be about actually the end times of America, what to expect for Earth's children, and the ones who are doing it, the army of goon, Satanist minions, and more about that. I'd like to really talk more about that too, get into that. I'll talk about my son, who is still stolen in their wicked, ugly Masonic hands. Yes, it is like that. Like that. So pray to the Heavenly Father, the Creator, Mother Earth. There is a baby. There's many babies actually across the world too. I realized that after my son's been stolen, and I was doing my research, how many mothers are grieving from their stolen babies. Even the Native American mothers here, man, their babies stolen many times over, so their babies can be reconditioned and brought up in orphanages. And yeah, it happened to all of our ancestors, by the way. We feel you. So the end times for America, it's not looking very good. Why? There's a cause and effect at play. And the way United States came to be, because United States is not America, and it never was. I mean, I've talked to a Native American here. Shouldn't call him Native or American. He didn't want to be identified as such. But now that have an idea, he's part of the tribe here. And he said it's just of the land. There's no America. So he viewed it as just a land. So no Europe, no America, no Africa, or whatever. So for them, it's a very different. But he said that is part of how we call them. And all right. So the end time, I would say the United States is not America, because the way I see it is, what is America is what you're seeing here, the land. I will say every geographic location has names. I didn't agree with him on that, but I did meet some interesting people here. But Native Americans are more in tune with Mother Earth. I noticed that than her Heavenly Father, the one who created her. But Native Americans, uh, Mother Earth is very happy to feel all your blessings, but you know that somebody created her too. You know that, Native Americans, right? She has a Heavenly Father, and she even has a Heavenly Mother. Because if Mother Earth, the planet, who's her Heavenly Mother then? Who's the head of all these planets, if you're going to talk like that? So if you want to talk through science and cosmetology. And the end times for America is going to be tough because there's going to be a lot of persecution for Earth's children, and it's going to be more survival related. But they won't realize that there's going to be something more behind it because they've been fed through the Satanist materialistic hands here for quite some time. They've set up this hell on earth economy here that sits on the heads of Earth's children in other worlds to get mountains mined so they can feed hungry bellies here, and they don't need to pay all that much to do it, while Earth's children in other parts have to mine, like for mica, like for 50 cents a day. So runways on the model here. Runway models here will wear sparkles and glitter and look all fashionable and nice. That's kind of like somebody is living on the heads of others, don't you think? Don't you think? Yes, there is an unfair economy at play here. Yes, there is. Slavery is everywhere, some more than others. Even those who live in a castle, I would say, are a slave. I've realized that. There's those that are super rich here. They are like some of the biggest slaves too, just in their own way. They might think they have freedom, but they do not. They just have choices. And they just have more choices than those who have less money. That's really what it is, because the money just provides them choices. Because with money, you can only buy from them and their choices. So it's going to be tough. There are going to be a lot of persecutions here, and it's going to be a lot of government related. They're going to persecute the Earth's children here. They already do that. Why? I was going to say the United States is not America, because United States has, it's just paperwork. It's just documentation. It's just processing time. And that's how it was created. It was just an idea put down on paper. And there's entities behind it that wiggle its arms, toes, and legs. So there you have it. And they appoint themselves. The Creator, Mother Earth, does not put them in them chairs, in those high chairs. They award them chairs themselves. They put on the shoes of kings and queens themselves. The Creator doesn't put them on for them. No. So I'm just saying, they live on the heads of others, and they don't do anything for the rest. And they have the biggest, hungriest bellies of all. So again, their money just buys them larger portions. It's a very unfair economy. So there's going to be a lot of persecutions, but then again, there's a lot of gun owners too. So you have to be careful, Earth's children. But really, what I'm saying is, you just think, oh, it's just a war, and nothing's ever happened like that. Yeah, because every civilization that degrades itself and has no sense of morals, like, it's gonna fall. Look how many have fallen before it. And each time something has fallen, they just make another one and another one. Get the sheep back into the herd. Yes, that's what they do. Anyway, it's been going on for quite some time. It has to come to an end for good. Slavery still. And you just have to know that it's going to be a test of faith, and you just really need to stick together and unite in like as a grouping with your relatives or your neighbors or your colony community, whatever you're associate with, and realize that it will be better for you that way, because it'll be, especially if you would stand your ground altogether against them. But sometimes you might need to find yourself in a fleeing kind of situation like I do. I've been fleeing for a long time. I've been persecuted many times over, and I'm going to talk to you about that and some of the persecutors and wrongdoers involved in chasing me around everywhere I go. And they have my son now. And they took him so wickedly, so vilely. And now there's those who want to even take him from even my hands too. He's the product of mine and Misha's love. Dina Hyena. That's my ex-sister. I don't want anything to do with her, but she keeps calling and calling, trying to lay claims to my son, probably. No! She was desperate to even adopt me once. That was really weird. She always wants to play my mother. But I'll get to my family situation more later in this video. But for now, I would say that Mother Earth is actually alive. So is America, because America, Europe, Africa, whatever, it's a